As soon as the king had marched his army into the barbarian homeland, rumors began of a plot to seize the throne. When news came of the king's capture, the country was invaded. Several nobles, including your father, sought to end the bloodshed, but on the way to meet for negotiations, their party was massacred by a band of unknown raiders. Bruised and exhausted, you have been beaten back to a forest on an overlooked peninsula, where a small group of loyal troops are hiding. Although the country is lost, maybe from this refuge, you can at least avenge your father's death.
I say we act now and strike while the iron is hot.
No. The few men we have would be cut down like lambs to the slaughter. We need time to gather our forces.
Nonsense! I shall take 6 of my finest men into enemy territory by the cover of darkness and...
No, just listen. Our men are close to starvation. This is what we must do.
The debate rages on well into the night, but eventually Lord Woolsack takes you to one side.
Sir Longarm tells me he knew your father well, which is why I'm giving you your chance to prove yourself. It is time you got your first taste of command.
Whilst the men frantically ferry precious supplies into the granary, Sir Longarm and Lord Woolsack ride into the camp.
Job well done. Not too bad for your first attempt.
No. The fool has pitched camp in the middle of the wolves' migration track.
Good. It will give the men some well-needed practice before we make our strike.
Poof! Now I have no choice but to send out a scout to find a more permanent position.
Day by day, the camp becomes more overwhelmed by the wolves, and their persistent howling robs the men of sleep. The situation is about to get out of hand when Lord Woolsack's scout returns. Soon afterwards, you are summoned into the command tent.
Sir Longarm has convinced me to give you another chance. We have found the remains of an abandoned stockade.
Wolves plague this county every winter. So, we need you to get the stockade back up to scratch quickly.
Failure is not an option this time. Just keep your eyes peeled. Well, at least you can complete half a task.
Job well done. Now, our men are secure, and we can send a hunting party into the next county to eradicate the wolves for good.
I suppose it must be done. But we have to proceed with caution, as that county is close to the enemy's border.
We need you to train some new recruits in the use of the bow.
The wolves breed in the next county. Find their lairs and wipe them out. It's them or us.
Find a hilltop and fortify yourself there using a mott and bailey.
Duke de Pouce has been patrolling the area of late, so it is vital you are not spotted, as we don't stand a chance against a full assault.
If you see that rat before I do, be sure you slice him open for me.
Fortunately, the rat scouting party did not survive long enough to give away your position, but it is likely that they will be missed before long.
다음 시간에 계속.
A dispatch arrives from Sir Longarm.
Hopefully, by the time you receive this message, all has gone well, and you have put an end to those irritating wolves. I now ask a favor of you. Begin constructing an outpost on the edge of Duke de Pouce's territory in order to help me better judge the strength of the rat's forces. You must not, under any circumstances, send confirmation of your mission's completion to Lord Woolsack.
The rat was raised as an only child in lands belonging to the de Pouce family. The Duke showed his mother favour, ensuring that she never paid taxes and always had enough to get by. One day, a messenger came by, and it was revealed that his father was the same Duke de Pouce who his mother had once worked for as a serving wench. Due to an unfortunate accident, the entire de Pouce family had been lost at sea whilst returning from holiday, leaving the rat as next in line to inherit the title of Duke. You have boldly beaten back many of the rat's patrols, but a few stragglers have managed to survive the last attack and escaped. Although no new orders have been received, you cannot afford to let them reach Duke de Pouce to uncover your location. You continue to chase the retreating survivors deep into the next county, only to lose them in fog by nightfall. Meanwhile,
they have taken out half a dozen patrols and are actually invading one of my counties. What am I supposed to do now?
Stay calm, de Pouce. Any rebel militia worth their salt fled abroad seasons ago. Your men can take care of a few snivelling outlaws. Why not come deer hunting with me to take your mind off things?
But they're only a stone's throw away from here. I have to do something.
Simply send a small siege force to sever their source of escape.
That's easy for you to say.
Relax. By the time we return from our hunting trip, the problem will have resolved itself. Trust me.
the snake was once made governor to some of the richest provinces in the homeland, where he made an extremely fruitful living from under-declaring the taxes he collected. But when the king found out, he had him posted here to the new colonies. During one of his first military encounters, he went up against your father, losing an eye to him in combat. On that day, the snake swore he would not rest until the decapitated heads of your entire family were lined up on spikes outside of his keep. Fortunately, you have survived the assault, and as luck would have it, taken control of another county. No sooner has the dust of battle settled than a dispatch arrives, summoning you back. You are certain the lords will be pleased with your progress.
You damned fool! What in God's name did you think you were doing?
Well, to be fair, it was I who gave the order to scout further.
Yes, but not even you would be stupid enough to authorize an all-out attack on De Pouce.
Meanwhile, the rat receives news of the loss of his county.
I can't believe it! My troops have scattered all over the place. There's nothing I can do. I've lost the county.
Show some backbone. My contingency plan is already in motion. You'll have your county back soon enough. Trust me.
Later, a dispatch arrives from the rat, stating your newly acquired county has been blockaded. As Woolsack reads the letter, you and Sir Longarm look on like a pair of naughty schoolchildren.
It's happened again. It's unbelievable. I'm running out of counties and they'll be coming for me next. I'm doomed.
I think I will ride back now for reinforcements.
Oh, right back? Wouldn't it be easier to send a message?
Really, there's no need to worry. I'll be back before you know it. So long, my trusted friend. So long.
It's happened again. It's unbelievable. I'm running out of counties and they'll be coming for me next. I'm doomed.
I think I will ride back now for reinforcements.
Oh, right back? Wouldn't it be easier to send a message?
Really, there's no need to worry. I'll be back before you know it. So long, my trusted friend. So long.
버려졌네.
I have a tale from days long gone of the scrawny rat who told a lie. The rebels saw his plans undone, and arrows rained down from on high. Run, run was his soldier's wail, as death from above continued to hail. For the rat, the end is nigh. On his knees for mercy we'll hear him cry.
As bards throughout the land do their level best to undermine the rat's authority, and with Lord Woolsack's judgment questioned, Sir Longarm takes the lead. You soon receive word that the nervous Lord Mannikin has dared to take up arms against the enemy alongside you.
Bruce, you need to take care of Lord Mannikin. If just one lord arises, they will all rise.
Well, I have to reclaim my counties first, and I still haven't got enough troops, so I was waiting for reinforcements from...
Enough! Lay siege to Lord Mannikin's county, or I'll string you up.
Ah!
In return for your service, I hereby promote you to commander of all rebel troops. You have earned nothing less. Your first urgent task will be to lend aid to Lord Mannikin until the siege on his keep has been lifted.
I must say that I am imperially impressed with your military achievements. I have often toyed with the idea of taking on that pathetic little rat myself, and I feel certain we can come to a mutually beneficial arrangement.
An urgent dispatch arrives from Sir Longarm.
Congratulations are in order for the way you handled that last mission. But we are about to face our greatest challenge yet. Leave immediately for the borders of our homelands, bringing with you a select band of your best men. All will be explained upon your arrival.
You ride your horses until they're near exhaustion, and finally meet with Sir Longarm's messenger, who hands you your briefing. With the siege force annihilated, victory is yours. But upon your return, news arrives that the snake has broken his agreement and has claimed the rat's county as his own.
I expect nothing less from that double-dealing reptile. I will deal with him myself. In the meantime, we have had some good fortune. Whilst the rat has been running around the county like a headless chicken, a small force has stolen into and captured his own castle. He is currently charging home to retake it. I want you to go there and take charge of our garrison. Why didn't you intervene sooner? No one asked me. These rebels have had too many easy victories against us. He's making ours look weak. Make sure they don't succeed this time. I'll go break some eggs.
When the pig was born, it is rumoured he looked so hideous that his parents abandoned him in the street. Whatever the case, it is known that he was taken in by a group of travelling bandits who raided small towns and villages throughout the homeland. Whilst growing up with this small army of rogues, he was vastly underfed. However, after developing a crude but effective understanding of basic military tactics and being nominated as their leader, the pig made sure that he had first call on the best foods after each raid, and has overeaten ever since. The rat falls to your men in battle. The onlookers let out a roar of jubilation. Maybe there is a glimmer of hope for the nation yet.
So, you have put the first of those scum-sucking tyrants out of their misery. Rejoice, but take heed. Not all of his kind are quite so inept. There are greater challengers on the horizon. It was the snake himself who tricked your father into the trap that cost him his life, and the time for vengeance is upon us. Command of my main force is yours, so you may hunt him down. In the meantime, Lord Woolsack will open up a second front.
After the populace of this county have seen you hold off against the snake's forces, their support swings in your favor, and the county is yours. The celebrations after your recent victory are soon brought to an abrupt end, when news arrives of two tragic losses. A gluttonous pig has taken one of your counties, and the Honourable Lord Woolsack has been captured and brutally murdered in the process.
I make Woolsack die in much pain. I pull out teeth, cut off toes, break knees. Most fun I have for a long time. How did you do? Did you hunt down your prey? I have spent a lot of time at the negotiating table of the king's captors, and the final ransom for his release has now been set. I need you to begin raising the funds at once, using any means at your disposal.
You immediately send spies into the neighbouring counties, hoping you will be able to find a suitable treasury to lighten. With the ransom money already well on its way to Sir Longarm, it will hopefully not be long before the king is released.
I know we have had our minor disagreements in the past, but I am certain we can make amends. You have my word that if we declared a truce, any conditions you make will be honoured. I find myself in desperate need of reinforcements. That insolent little child has somehow managed to whittle me down to my final county and chosen to ignore my perfectly reasonable request for a truce.
My main force is marching half the length of the country to get to you. Hold him off until I arrive. I want to rip him apart personally. Some of my men are nearby. I will send them along to join in the fun.
Once the snake's bloody corpse lies at your feet, you quickly rally your men and make your escape before the wolf can catch you. The pig addresses the people of his newly conquered county.
Your realm is mine now, so do as I say. All will pay a high tax and live a life of pain. I leave with the king this very day, and we will soon return to our shores. Your continuous assaults are providing us with the ideal distraction. We will come to your aid with reinforcements as soon as possible.
With the wolf closing in behind, you decide to split the enemy down the middle by claiming one of the pig's counties. The pig is renowned for throwing vast quantities of troops into battle and is not used to defeat. You are likely to be massively outnumbered, so it is essential that you use the terrain to your best advantage. Stalemate. Although you have hit back and taken one of the pig's lands, the wolf is snapping at your heels and has retaken the snake's old county. With the wolf still hot on your trail and your troops becoming progressively more battle-worn, you find yourself in need of a place to hide and recuperate. The fenlands seem to be the ideal location, but the only way to get there is via the pig's home castle. As the pig is away with his army, laying siege to his stronghold appears to be a preferable option to taking on the wolf.
They wrecked my home! I got them down like the dogs they are, and I make them pay long time. First I'll string them up, then I'll burn their feet, then I'll break their legs, and then...
After fighting from one end of the country to the other, your men are close to exhaustion, so you pitch camp deep in the fenlands. Many of the counties you have taken have already been recaptured. However, you are given fresh hope upon hearing news that the king has returned. You're not in camp for a day before a hooded stranger approaches your group.
We meet again. The brothers and I have long been praying for you to arrive here safely. We're pleased to see that you have put the knowledge we've imparted to you to good use. But now, we must ask you to return the favor. Duke Truff has been attempting to steal the arcane knowledge hidden within our library. But fortunately for us, his troops are in error and lay siege to the wrong place. As we speak, my brothers are gathering the resources needed to rebuild our old monastery where we have hidden our books. However, we're not strong enough to withstand his attacks for much longer. We can only hope that you find our research on the River of Fire as useful as our other designs.
This is a waste of my time. Duke Truff, find them and kill them. I have more important issues to deal with. I'll have a good hunt. I'll sniff them out, run them down, and make sure they die nice and slow.
Task completed. You make your withdrawal into the dense fog by cover of darkness. From behind you there are angry shouts from the pigs' men as they scour the monastery.
We must defend our library at all costs. If Duke Truff were to get his grubby hands on our knowledge, then the kingdom would surely be doomed. We have one final piece of knowledge to impart to you. The secret of boiling pitch. This may aid you in the defense of the monastery.
The oil pots have proven to be a devastatingly powerful addition to your arsenal, and this, coupled with your clever tactical decisions, have pushed back the pigs' massive assault force.
The people of the next county are at the end of their tether with the pigs' oppressive taxes and are ready to rise up against it. The time to avenge Lord Woolsack's death is upon us. If you win this battle, then the tide will truly have begun to turn.
With the pigs slain, only the wolf stands in your way on the path to victory. Soon after the dusts of battle have settled, you receive word that Sir Longarm, along with the king, have marched in to claim another county, tightening the noose around the wolf's neck. With the wolf away assembling his forces, some of his recently won counties have begun to revolt.
Damn you and your king to hell. You have killed the others, but it is now that you will learn to fight. The war is going well, but be cautious, as the wolf is an entirely different animal to any of those who have crossed your path so far. I am sending my finest apothecary to your aid. I have a feeling he may be of some use. Impressive. But when you next see my flag raised, I will be the one standing beneath it.
As the wolf's reign appears to be drawing to a close, more counties begin to overthrow his henchmen and flock to your banner.
Duke Beauregard may have led your father into a trap, but I drove the sword through his stomach. If you still have a hunger for vengeance, you know where to find me.
Although you have yet to hear word from Sir Longarm, you are still determined to avenge your father's death and command your troops to march onwards. Upon arriving in the next county, a message arrives from Sir Longarm.
I told you to be cautious. What were you thinking? You do not have a hope against a wolf on open ground. Take shelter in his deserted castle and hold them off from where you are until I can get to you with reinforcements. I have sent some of our forces in the area ahead to start fortifying the castle.
Although you have secured the county, the wolf has managed to escape from your clutches with many of his men.
As your father lay bleeding, he begged me to end his life. It gave me pleasure to watch his anguish, and I will have that pleasure again watching yours. Step into my lair and get ready to meet your maker.
I have heard of your many exploits, but have not seen you in action. So, indulge me. I shall give you charge of my army, as well as the honour of marshalling the final assault. Sir Longarm and I shall observe.
You plunge your sword up to the hilt into the wolf's chest, then twist the blade. As he looks down at his open wound in astonishment, you push him over the parapet. With your father's death avenged and the king back on his rightful throne, you can finally rest. Throughout the entire kingdom, there was much rejoicing, and everyone lived quite happily ever after. Well, maybe not everyone.